So, a train carrying like a couple hundred Republicans recently hit a garbage truck, and so far they've found that there's been one fatality. I think one person is critically injured, and there's been a couple injuries. I think most of the Republicans on the train are fine. But in the wake of this happening, the nonsense coming out from the left and the right is fucking ridiculous. Like, I have more of a problem with the left, but at the same time, saying that this is a conspiracy theory and that Democrats set it up to kill all these like 200 Republicans is pretty stupid too, right? I don't think that is the case. Uh, and creating these conspiracy theories right now is just going to, you know, discredit you further and make you look like an idiot. So I wouldn't recommend doing any of that until we have more information out. But the reaction from the left right now and from a lot of people with a lot of followers is like just disgusting. Like the glee that they have whenever a Republican dies or gets injured or anything like this just disgusts me, honestly. It really does. That's why I don't take any of what they say seriously when they're bitching, when like they're complaining about making fun of a pedophile who killed themselves, right? And they're getting all bent out of shape over Trump's speech yesterday, but then they go and they celebrate injuries and the possible death of their political opponents who have not actually hurt anybody. But in their mind, the Republicans are responsible for the deaths of millions of people because of they like guns, right? And they don't take into account all the lives that are saved because of guns as well. But that's a different issue. But here are a couple tweets. And this guy's Bill Maiden. This guy has like something like 110,000 subs, 900 likes, 350 retweets. And an Amtrak train carrying Republican members of Congress has hit a dump truck near Charlottesville. Hazmat workers on the scene are reportedly having trouble discerning which garbage is more hazardous, Republicans or the trash from the truck. So, just despicable. And then Julie Pleck, this is another blue check mark. I don't know how many followers she has. A train full of Republicans runs into a truck full of garbage, and a garbage says, insert punchline here. So they're having fun with people who have potentially died, and they didn't even, a lot of these tweets came out before they even knew whether there's injuries or not. And then this guy's from CNN. He's a supporter of Bernie Sanders, Jonathan Tazzini, blue check mark once again. Wow, by the way, or something, train full of goppers hitting truck with this. God is working hard today to clean up the stink. Thank her. Right? So they're celebrating the death of these people. So whenever they complain about, oh, you can't say this and blah blah blah, I don't take any of it seriously. And then Paul Thompson, another blue check mark. Train full of hashtag GOP hits a garbage truck. Metaphor? Like question mark metaphor, anybody? Like, it's like, come on. And then Michael Ian Black, an actor, you guys probably know who he is. Metaphor upon metaphor upon metaphor. And, just some regular people also. GOP train wreck dump truck. Sounds like the universe is sending a message. So just despicable shit. So these people, they do not have the moral high ground. They never have. And honestly, I never see this coming from the right whenever somebody on the left gets attacked or hurt, and it only ever comes from the very far fringes of the right. But this type of behavior, this type of rhetoric is coming from mainstream liberals, right? The people at the very top of the Democratic Party are not going to say this because that would be bad for them. But all of the actors, celebrities, a lot of journalists, they'll gladly say it. They'll gladly say stupid shit like this for them. And this, helps further divide people, helps further this, hate that we have for one another, right? And it's sick that people are laughing about this. And a lot of these guys have not done anything to harm you and to make your life worse. Like, I can understand if, like, Hitler or somebody really horrible was in a crash and was like, yay, yeah, this guy's dead. Great. I'd be celebrating with you, right? Like, people are getting mad at me for celebrating the death of a pedophile or somebody who watches pedophilia, right? You're getting mad at me, or people get mad at me for that, but it's okay for you to be happy and to promote essentially the death of people who just disagree with you politically. Like, come on. One is clearly worse than the other. Abusing children it's clearly worse than me being like, hey, I don't agree with welfare, or I think people should have the right to own guns. Like, this to liberals is just, heresy. It's because they have been convinced by the mainstream media that if you are against global warming, or you're against these climate change regulations, all these things, you're actively incentivizing the death of hundreds of millions of people. Because look what happened when Trump pulled out the Paris Climate Agreement. People are like, oh, millions are going to die from this because he's doing this. This is what the media is saying. And then when he pulled out of, I think, the TPP, people said the same thing. And when he changed health care, what did the media say? Millions of people are going to die, are going to suffer because of this. So when you are constantly blasted with this rhetoric of how the Republicans are evil, they're trying to kill you with their policies, then it doesn't surprise me that the average leftist acts like this today. But, hopefully it changes in the future, and that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe, and have a good day.